Hey guys, welcome back to Hooking is a Lifestyle. Debbie here. Today I'm making a cocoon, as you see here. I made this for a newborn baby, and the material I used, it feels so nice and soft and snuggly for a baby. And I made it nice and small so the baby fits as soon as it's born. This is good for those babies that are born during this time of the year, like during September, October, and you want to make sure that they leave the hospital in a warm, snuggly cocoon, and that's what this is for. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I used and how to make it. So to create the cocoon, I used this Bernat velvet yarn. This is category 5 bulky. When I went to Michael's to get some yarns to create this cocoon, I saw that they had a different size, which is they had size 4 medium worsted weight, and I decided on getting the bulkier one. I really love the way this yarn feels, and it suggests that you use a K hook, which is what I'm going to be using, which is the 6.5 millimeter hook. So I'm going to be using that, and you will also need a tapestry needle, a pair of scissors, and of course, like I said, you need a K size hook. If I can get it out of this pouch, and it's not even in here. Found it. So I'm going to be using the K size hook, and instead of the gray, I'm going to be using this color here that I already made, a gray cocoon. So I'm going to be using what color is this? This is ivory, and if you're interested in this one, is called Vapor Gray. And yeah, so I'm going to be using this color, which is the ivory. And what I'm going to do is make it a little bigger than what I did with this one, so it can fit a bigger baby. And I'll show you how to do that, and I'll have the sizes for both in the pattern, which will be listed in the description below. And yeah, let's just get started. So we're just going to begin with a magic ring, or you can do chain 4 and then slip stitch to the first chain, and then do your stitches inside of that circle, or you can just start with the magic ring like I did here. I chained up 2, and I'm going to put 12 double crochets in here. So the chain 2 does not count as our first stitch. It never does in this project. So just 12 double crochets inside of the ring. That's 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to pull on the straggly there, and now we're gonna slip stitch to the first double crochet made, not the chain 2, but the first double crochet that we made. So we are done with round 1. Round 2, chain up 2, 2 double crochets into every space, including this first one where we just did the chain 2. So this is how we increase. 2 in the next, and we'll have a total of 24 stitches when we're done here. It's 22, and 2 more for 24. And again, we will slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet made, which is right there. And now we're on to round 3. Chain up 2, 2 double crochets into that first one, one double crochet into the following stitch, 2 double crochets into the next one, and you repeat this all the way around. 1 into the next, 2 into the next. My last one, stitch number 36, and then I'm going to slip stitch to that first double crochet. Okay, now for row 4, we'll chain up 2 again, 2 double crochets into that first one, and then 1 double crochet in the next 2 spaces, so 1 in here and 1 in the next. In the next space, you'll do 2 double crochet in the same space. In the next 2 spaces, just 1 double crochet in each, so 1 in here and 1 in here, 2 in the next, that's 1 and 2 in the same space, and we'll repeat this pattern all the way around. So 1 and 1 in the next, 2 in the next, 1 in the next, 1 in the next. I'll meet you back when I reach the end. I'm down to the last 2 for a total of 48 stitches. And then we'll, of course, slip stitch into the first double crochet lead. That is the end of round 1, 2, 3, 4. So for round 5, we'll do the same thing, chain up 2. We'll put 2 double crochets into the first space, one double crochet into the next 3 spaces, 2 and 3, and then 2 double crochets into that next space. One double crochet into the next 3 spaces, 1, 2 and 3, 2 double crochets into that next, and another one in that same space. Continue to do this all the way around. Alright, so I'm down to the last 3 for a total of 60 stitches for this round. We slip stitch. That's what our work looks like. And right now our work measures at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5 inches. So at this point I stopped for the gray one. So I'm gonna do a row, one more row of increase, and then we'll start the rest of the pattern. So I chained up 2, gonna put 2 double crochets into this first one as usual, and then what I'm gonna do is double crochet into the next 4 spaces. So 1 double crochet into the next 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 double crochets into the next, and we'll repeat this all the way around. Alright, so here I am down to the last 4 for a total of 72 stitches. and then we'll slip stitch to that first double crochet that we made in the round. And now our work measures at, I hope this is not too big. So it measures at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 1/4. That's kind of big. So this will fit, maybe we'll say 4 to 6 months of a baby. 4 to 8 months maybe, we'll say. See how big that is? It doesn't even show on camera how big it is. Maybe I'll back up a little bit so you can see. There we are. That's how big it is. A circle is. So if you feel like this is too big and you want it for newborn to, let's say, 3 months, so then you just skip that last round and just make it the same size I made the gray one. But now we're going to continue on to the rest of the pattern. Alright, so for round 7, all we're going to do is chain up 2, double crochet into that same space, and every space around. So 1 double crochet into every space. So I reach the end. I'm going to slip stitch as usual into that first double crochet of the row. And now for the rest of the cocoon, all we're going to do is chain up 2. We're going to front post double crochet into that first double crochet that was made. So front post. And the next one we're going to do a back post. So we go behind the work and we do a back post. And you're just going to alternate all the way around. And I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to make like this, but you will know in the next clip how many rows I have made to complete the cocoon. So I'm just going to keep working like this with front post and back post all the way around, chaining 2 at the beginning of my row and repeating until I reach the length that I want. And I'll see you in the next clip. Alright guys, so I have my piece here and it measures about almost, well, if I stretch it out like this, like, because this yarn is really stretchy, it's at 19 inches. So I think that's a good size. If you want to go a little bigger, you can do that. But I'm gonna start working on the hooded area of the cocoon, which is what I did here. This little, it's not on camera, this little hole here. All right, so I worked a total of, we stopped at row 7, so from rows 8 to 41 I just did front post, back post, double crochets. So you should have 41 rows in total. Okay, so now I'm gonna fasten off, because then I'm gonna show you, I have my stitch markers already placed. I'm gonna show you how I did that. So I'm just gonna cast off here with my crochet hook, and I'll bring my camera a bit closer, and I'm just gonna chain 1 and then cut the yarn. That's all. And then you can weave that in later and then just pull on it a little bit. I'm gonna turn it to the front. This is my front, that was the back, and we're gonna reattach the yarn, but I'm gonna show you how I decided where I want to reattach my yarn. So it was my first time making a cocoon, so I went out on Pinterest and Google and YouTube, and I figured it out by watching other people. So I mean, that's the beauty of YouTube and the internet, right? But anyway, it's 72 stitches around, so I divided that by 4, and that's 18. So what I did is I counted 18 this way, and I put my first stitch marker there, and then I counted from the middle this way 18 and I put my stitch marker there. That's how I know this is the middle of my work. Okay, so then of course we will have 18 here and 18 here. So I wanted to put my stitch marker at half of that. So I counted 9 from this stitch marker to here. I counted 9 and I put my stitch marker there, and I did the same thing on this side. So from this stitch marker to this stitch marker is 9 spaces in between, because we're not gonna crochet on this part of the cocoon because this is gonna be the opening. Okay, so we're gonna start crocheting from this side of the work all the way around to this side. So instead of working in rounds, we're gonna be working in rows now. So we're gonna attach here, crochet around to this part here, and then we're gonna turn our work and then start over from there, and then we're gonna be decreasing as well. So let's start doing that now. All right, so what I want to do, here are my 2 stitch markers. I'm going to start from this first one here. So I'm going to start on my left side, so that will be your left side. And I'm going to put my hook there so I don't lose my spot, and I'm going to reattach by starting with a slip knot, right? And then we're going to put the work on the crochet hook, and we're gonna chain 1 and chain 2. So remember, our chain 2 does not count as a stitch. And for this first row, we're just gonna front post, back post, double crochet around to start us off. So in that same space that we attached our yarn is where we're gonna do our first front post double crochet, just like so, and then a back post. And we're going to work this all the way around till we get to the stitch marker on this side. Alright, so I came back all the way around with front post, back post, double crochets. So now I'm going to, from this point on, we're going to be doing half double crochet, and we're going to be decreasing our rows, so we can start making the top of the cocoon, which is this part right here where the head goes. So we're going to start doing that, and I'm going to chain up 2, and I'm going to turn my work, right, because we're working in rows, and into this first space, we bring the camera closer into that first space right there. We're going to do a half double crochet. Really simple. In these next 2 spaces, we're gonna half double crochet them together. So yarn over, insert your hook into that first space, and then insert your hook into that second space. So that's 2 half double crochets together. We got 4 loops on a hook, and we're just gonna yarn over and pull through all 4. And then we're gonna half double crochet all the way till we get to this end, the last 3. Because we're going to do the same exact thing. So we're going to have to double crochet all the way around until we have 3 spaces left. Okay, I'll meet you when I'm at the end and I have 3 spaces left. Alright, so I made it back all the way to the other end. I have 3 spaces left, and what I'm going to do is going to half double crochet these next 2 together, and then 1 half double crochet into the last. So I should have mentioned before that we're working on the top of the stitch, not through the stitch. So just in case I wasn't clear, we're doing half double crochets on top of the stitches from the earlier row. So now we're going to chain up 2, and we're going to turn our work. Alright, so that was the first row of decrease. This is going to be the second row of decrease, and we're going to do the same exact thing. We're just going to do 1 half double crochet into that first one, and then half double crochet 2 together, and then half double crochet all the way to the other side, right, until we have 3 spaces left. Okay, so I came back all the way around to the other side. Now I'm gonna crochet, half double crochet 2 together. And then half double crochet into that last space right there. Remember, the chain 2 doesn't count. That first half double crochet is the one that you want to go into. Just like that. Okay, so this is what our work looks like so far. As you can see, it's taking shape already. And now I'm gonna say maybe 4 more rows just like this one, and then I'll turn the camera back on to see where we're at with the hood. So remember to chain up 2, turn your work, and do the same exact thing that we've been doing for 4 more rows. And the stitch count and all that will be in my pattern, and that will be in the description down below. So then half double crochet 2 together, and then half double crochet until you get to the other side and you have 3 spaces left. Alright, so here I am. I actually made 8 rows of the decrease. So I had said 6 before, but I went 2 more because I did 6 on the smaller size. So I did 2 extra on the bigger size. And then I took my baby, my little fake baby here, and I measured it, and I think that's about perfect, because I wanted it to be for a baby that was ages like 4 to 6 months, something like that. This one is for a newborn to 3 months. This one could fit probably. This small one is a lot smaller than the one we're working on. So now let me bring this up. My battery's flashing already, but the next step on the next few rows is just gonna be of half double crochet, no decreasing. So 3 rows of just half double crochet. So we will chain up 2 and then turn our work. Okay, turn my work, and then half double crochet into that first space. And if you have a hard time finding your first stitch, just put a stitch marker into that first half double crochet that you make, and then you will never lose your first space, and you'll know where to insert your hook. So I'm just gonna half double crochet across for 3 rows, and then I'll meet you back and tell you what to do next. Alright, so I completed 3 rows of just half double crochet across. Up here you should have a total of about 38 stitches. If you don't, that's okay. If you have 1 extra, 1 less, it doesn't matter, because for this next round all we're gonna do is do a decrease row. So we're gonna do 2 half double crochet across. So just chain up 2. This is to close up the hood of the cocoon. So we're just gonna do, let me put this a little closer. So we're just gonna do 2 half double crochet across. And then again. Continue to do this all the way across. Alright, so I went all the way across and I have 1 extra, so that means that I made a mistake along the way, but it doesn't really matter because you're not going to be able to tell. So I'm just going to put 1 half double crochet into that last space right there. Okay, so let me just show you what it looks like so far. Alright, so here's the top of our hood. As you can see, it shrunk down quite a bit. And now we're just going to do one more row, and that's just going to be of half double crochet across. So just chain up 2, turn your work, and half double crochet across in every space. Alright, so there I made my last half double crochet there, and now we want to close that up. That will be the last step of this, and of course we have to sew in our ends. We have to make sure that we get all those loose ends and we get rid of them by hiding them in our work. But here's what it looks like so far. Let me just pull this out. Alright, so that's what it looks like so far. So as you can see, the baby's head will go there. And what's cool about this is that you can even put it behind them if you don't want their head in there, and just put the baby inside the cocoon so they could be nice and warm and snuggly. And now we gotta close this up. So what we want to do, you don't have to turn it inside out. All you have to do is let's see, we could put it this way, and we close it, and then we could pull it back out. So as you can see what I did there, just close it like this. And I'm not gonna cast off, I'm gonna do it with the hook. I'm not gonna sew, I'm just gonna slip stitch to close it. So I'm gonna chain up 1, and I'm gonna grab those 2 ends together like that, like we did. See that? Hope you can see that. So this is the front of my piece, and I'm just gonna close it this way. Okay, I already did my chain 1, and now I'm gonna slip stitch to close. So what I'm gonna do is come to this side of the work right here, so I'm just gonna go into this first half double, and then back into this one here, and just slip stitch. And I'm gonna do that across this top, and it's not a lot. Let me take out this, I don't need that anymore. And then I'm gonna go back into this one, and then this one, and just create a slip stitch. So I'm gonna continue to do that, and I'll come back when I'm done. So here I am, I have nothing left, but I'm still gonna slip stitch into that space right there, just to close it up like so. And then I'm gonna chain 1, and I'm gonna cut my work, leave a long tail for sewing, pull that out, and that's what our work should look like. I love it. I love this yarn. It's so nice and soft and snuggly. And let's put our baby in here so we can see. You can see there's a lot of space left, so this is good for a baby that is 4 to 6 months old, maybe even older, depends on how big your baby is. So there you go, guys. That is how I created this cocoon. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I do upload again, which will hopefully be soon. If you have any questions, just leave them down below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, anyway guys, thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.